What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of WWE Content. And what a freaking week of wrestling already into the new year, and it's just been hectic. Monday Night Raw, the first Monday Night Raw of the new year. We already got new Women's Tag Team Champions Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, the retaining World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, still our champion, and of course, the craziest Monday Night Raw I've actually ever seen in my life. Now, Monday Night Raw, let's just talk about it. I mean, it was just beyond crazy. With it being a Stranger's theme thing with the upside down world and all the craziness that was happening, Demogorgons, the little display of the Superboy pizza car, along with the Radio Shack van, and the first match to start all off, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Oh my god, the first match was incredible. It was like rewatching an old Evolution match back in a couple years ago, and it was just insane. And on top of that, Rhea and Io beat the Kabuki Warriors. I mean, it was just incredible. And I was so happy because not only my girl is wearing gold around her waist, but she's wearing gold around her waist with her best friend Io Sky. 2026 is gonna be their freaking year. Now, I've seen more around the lines of how people are saying that Monday Night Raw wasn't a good show, especially since it was basically almost all women's matches with a tag team match, and then Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and then Lyra Valkyria versus Liv Morgan, and then the last match was a men's match, which was the main event, of course, CM Punk versus Braun Breaker. Although, like, I'm not mad about it. I think it was really good. You get more talent from the women on the Raw roster, and then on top of that, we got a new member on the Raw roster, which of course is Javon Evans. I actually was set on him to become on the Raw roster because he's got a great character, great stamina, he's got amazing moves, and on top of that, him matched up with the Lucha wrestlers, it's gonna be a freaking high flying show. Monday Night Raw is gonna be bouncy. I like saying that's pretty funny. Now, main event CM Punk and Braun Breaker. I mean, what is there to say about that? I mean, you got Braun Breaker literally trying to get under CM Punk's skin, talking about 2012 CM Punk and about his wife and everything that he's done in the business. And then, like, CM Punk, of course, retaliates. He comes after his family. And then, on top of that, like, the start of the match, well, no, no, during the entrances of the match, we get him wearing a customized, like, vintage Letterman's jacket of what the Steiner brothers used to wear back in the like late 80s, early 90s. Like the whole old school football of a Letterman's jacket with his initials on it, and it's literally a replica of the Steiner brothers, Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers back in WCW when they were training for so long in WWE and then in WCW for many years. Like, it was just insane. But then on top of that, we got Division coming out, and then who else comes out to help CM Punk is Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee, the Luchadors. I mean, it was a crazy hectic fight. For a second, I thought that Seth Rollins was gonna come out and he was gonna sabotage the match somehow, but he was gonna help CM Punk win because of how the Division betrayed him and everything that happened in Australia on Monday Night Raw a few months ago, and how Austin Theory is stealing his move. So I thought he was going to come back, but to help CM Punk win. If that would have happened, I would have been shocked, happy, and a little bit scared because of how CM Punk and Seth rivalry has been cooking up for so many years in the business. Now, with Monday Night Raw over, let's talk a little bit about NXT for a second. I mean, Oba Femi. It's official. He was a two-time NXT champion, a former North American champion, and he literally broke down every single person on that roster. And then to end the new year by leaving NXT, but not taking the title with him, he just left it in the middle of the ring. I'm like, was this the last we've seen of Obafemi on NXT? If it is, he is now called up to the main roster. Now, I know some people say he belongs on SmackDown because of his character, the way he builds up with so many rivalries. But in my personal opinion, I think he should be on Monday Night Raw for a bit. I mean, like he is like so crazy good in the ring, and his promos are badass. I feel like he'll be a good star on the Raw roster. Plus, I already have a couple dream matches for him. One of course would be Gunther. I think him and Gunther in that ring together, they're going to tear each other to shreds. Along with that, of course, I'm also thinking maybe him versus Braun Breaker, and then him versus Brock Lesnar. That would be a good one. That would be a really good one. And then maybe if we're lucky, we probably see him face Bronson Reed maybe one or two times. And then after that, he could probably go to SmackDown and face Drew McIntyre. But my main dream matches right now is Obafemi versus Braun Breaker, Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, Obafemi versus Bronson Reed, and Obafemi versus Gunther. Again, Obafemi versus Gunther, that would be a match to see on Monday Night Raw. So now, Obafemi's gone, but who's going to be the new NXT champion? Now, it's open season for NXT. Anybody could be the new NXT champion. It could be people from the independent scene working at Evolve. It could be somebody who was in the show Legends and Future Greats. It could be somebody. It could be somebody from either another wrestling promotion coming to NXT to take all the goals from them. Like again, it's literally anybody's game now for NXT. With Obafemi out of the picture, it's gonna be a great freaking show and more talent coming in. It's gonna be an epic NXT for Tuesday nights. Now, Friday Night SmackDown. What is there to say about that? I mean, European tour, they're in Germany. They're already kicking butt right now with some brand new stars from NXT. I mean, Trick Williams debuting against Ray Phoenix, Randy Orton coming back after so many months away. US Open Challenge is still up for grabs from Carmelo Hayes. I mean, it literally couldn't get any better than this. And then, on top of all of that, we got the Samoan werewolf back from the WWE, Jacob Fatu. Like, he was gone for, I think, months at a time. I don't know what the injury was. It could be a jaw broken or whatever, but he's back, fully recovered, fully healthy, and now it's revenge time. Could be revenge on Cody Rhodes, could be revenge on Drew McIntyre. Whatever the case is, he is coming back for revenge. And that's the case. Like, that's the case set in point right there. Now, let's just go straight into the main event. I mean, look, we've seen what happened with everybody gunning for that Undisputed Championship. You got Randy Orton, you got The Miz, you got Ilya Dragunov, you got Trick Williams, you got Matt Cardona, you got Damian Priest in the mix, you got Sami Zayn coming back. I mean, right now, it's literally anybody's game to get that Undisputed Championship. But for starters, the main event, of course. I mean, what is there to say about that? Three stages of hell. One, a standard WWE match, pinfall submission. Second one, false count anywhere. And then the third match, a steel cage match. I mean, the whole match was just freaking insane. Drew McIntyre coming out, and then Cody Rhodes, and then literally the start of the match, Cody did not hesitate. He literally beat the crap out of Drew McIntyre. And like Nick Aldis said, if he before the match, if he laid one finger on him, that was it. He was going to strip the title and he was never going to, be a champion. But of course, he held it together, at least for a week or so. And then he went all haywire on the dude. Punch after punch, kick after kick, crossroads after crossroads. He literally did not hesitate to the man. Of course, Drew McIntyre cheats in the first round. And then, falls count anywhere match. I mean, that match was just insane beyond insane. I mean, first they get out of the ring, then there's chairs being thrown, tables everywhere. They get out of the arena of some sort. They get into the background or something, and then Cody Rhodes feeds Drew McIntyre a banana. That was, oh my god! When I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, it's gone haywire. What's even more haywire was that they go back into the audience, but then out of nowhere, He plants him on the tables. He climbs up to the tippity top where the audience is, and boom, smack down in the middle of the table, and he's still kicked out. Like, what in the entire heck is that all about? Like, it was just insane, in my opinion. It was insane. What's more insane was that they literally go back ringside, crossroads on the announcement table, and then out of nowhere, he wins. Like, he wins the second, Cody Rhodes was the second match. Now, the third match, Steel Cage. Of course, the standard Steel Cage match, of course, is by winning the cage match, you have to either walk out of the cage or crawl out of the cage or win pinfall or submission and wait to win the match. These guys, they did not stop beating the crap out of each other. Again, I'm talking hit after hit, punch after punch, signature move after signature move, climb after climb, just to win the freaking championship. I mean, again, either of them did not hesitate. It was literally freaking insane. It was like rewatching an old Monday Night Raw video, like back in the 90s during the Attitude Era when it was Shawn Michaels and Triple H, or when it was The Undertaker versus Randy Orton, or let's see what other person, what other crazy match they had. Oh right, Mankind versus freaking Undertaker in Hell in a Cell match. Now that was just a crazy match to have back in the 90s. But this one, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, they literally put on a show, and I couldn't be more proud of them than I am. Now, the ending. Jacob Fatu came back. He beat the crap out of Drew McIntyre. He beat the crap out of Cody Rhodes. But then, out of freaking nowhere, he goes into the cage. He attacks Cody Rhodes the second Cody grabbed him. And then Drew McIntyre literally crawls out of the cage and wins the whole thing. I'm like, what just happened? Like, did we just see Drew McIntyre beat Cody Rhodes? Did we just see this man, after months of whining, crying, going on social media, threatening Cody Rhodes and whatever, threatening Nick Aldis, and then kicking the referee once or twice? He's now our new champion. The look on Jacob Fatu's face, and then the look on Cody Rhodes' face, I was stunned too for a moment. I was stunned too. But then it got me thinking. I was looking back at it, I was reminded of Drew McIntyre's track record, which, of course, he won the title during COVID season, but then he didn't win in front of a crowd. The second time he did it was when, again, COVID season, but it was basically like it was like a virtual one, but technically doesn't count still. And then he was a champion at WrestleMania. He beat Seth Rollins and everything, but then he got too distracted by gloating in front of CM Punk, which led to CM Punk beating the crap out of him, leading up to Damian Priest cashing in on him, and then right then and there, he lost the title on the spot. After, I think, 5-6 minutes as a champion, he lost it against Damian Priest. But now, European tour, close to the Royal Rumble, he beats Cody Rhodes, and now he's a champion, and he got to win in front of a crowd. But not just any crowd. It was outside the States. People adore this man outside the States. I'm talking Germany, Italy, Scotland, his home country, Ireland. These guys praise the man Drew McIntyre. And now with him as champion, the turntables have turned right now for SmackDown. And like I told my friend Haley, like I told my mom, if Drew McIntyre becomes a champion, it's open season for him. It's open season for everybody on SmackDown, actually. Again, people are gunning for that championship. Whether Cody Rhodes was going to retain, or again, Drew McIntyre was going to win that title, it was going to be open season no matter what was going to happen or what the case was at the end of the match. Damian Priest wants it. Matt Cardona wants it after 5 years away from the company. Randy Orton wants it to maybe beat John Cena's record right now because he's a 4-time champion. Trick Williams wants to be a freaking undisputed champion right now since he's already new on the SmackDown roster. I mean, it's literally anybody's game right now for SmackDown. Now that is going to be something to watch. You know, I'm known in my last few podcasts, I've been, let's say, trash talking about Drew McIntyre and what he's done the past few months. I mean, look, he disrespected CM Punk in the bracelet. He disrespected Cody Rhodes and his father, the legend himself, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. For anybody who was a WB fan back in the 80s, you know him, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the greatest wrestler that ever lived. But then, at first I wanted to feel mad. I wanted to be angry about it. But I felt like a sense of relief, actually. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I love Cody Rhodes. I love him as a wrestler. I think he did great as a champion, a two-time undisputed champion. He beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, of course, to finish his story, defeat the Tribal Chief, and of course, commemorate the legacy that his father left behind since he never won that title. And Cody won it for his father and for his family. I think that was amazing. But you can't keep going with the same thing every time. You can't have the same champion every time. You can't have him have the same rivalries anytime. You gotta get something new for the guy. So I think Drew McIntyre beating Cody Rhodes to become the new champion, that was a smart move by the creative team and of course Triple H. Like, they pulled the trigger. It was bound to happen that he was gonna be a champion. And now that he is, the game is about to begin. Now, since of course Drew McIntyre is the new champion, next week we will have contenders matches. Whoever wins is going to be a fatal four-way. Whoever wins the fatal four-way is going to go to Royal Rumble and fight Drew McIntyre for the Undisputed Championship. We got Damian Priest versus Sol Sikoa. We got Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn. We got Trick Williams versus Matt Cardona. We got The Miz versus Randy Orton. It couldn't get any better than this than it already is right now. We got approximately, say, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks into the Royal Rumble, and this will solidify the stepping stones to get to WrestleMania. The first stop is the Royal Rumble, of course, and then the last shot, the very last shot to get to WrestleMania is the Elimination Chamber. So far, for the WWE, start of the new year, 2026, the landscape has now changed. We got new upcoming wrestlers from NXT called to the main roster. We got a new Undisputed Champion. We got new Women's Tag Team Champions. And on top of that, the Royal Rumble will literally solidify heading into WrestleMania. And I get it sounds crazy, but there's something about the WrestleMania posters that I can't put my finger on. I mean, all of a sudden, why is it that the past WrestleMania main eventers, yes, main eventers I might add, are now on a WrestleMania poster? Not to mention that 3 of them are Paul Heyman guys. And then if you want to add on to another ice cream layer of this crazy world of a freaking Sunday of the Royal Rumble, all these guys have history together. I'm talking main event fights, tag team fights, friend betraying friend, faction betraying another faction. It's all in the same boat. Now I don't know why you would get Paul Heyman involved with CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. But that has something to do with the Royal Rumble. I can feel it. I don't know what, but I feel like the Royal Rumble will solidify what's going to happen until WrestleMania. Those guys have a history. And it all leads, when it comes to the Royal Rumble, it will literally solidify what's going to happen when they get to the main stage for this year. Like I said, crazy week of wrestling, but it's just getting started. Well, that's all I have for today, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay humble, stay blessed, and I will talk to you guys soon.